Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Astro Colony with Lone Debater 7, and today we are going to be taking a look at moving to some of the bigger planetoids because we need to go find some new resources, primarily aluminum and quartz. We also could utilize some gold deposits if we can find some of those. That'd be great. But since last time, I did let the system run long enough to build out all the solar panels required. So we have 64 solar panels on this now. So it's running 100% efficiency, all 16 of our auto catchers. Now, with that being said, if I see gold asteroids, I still go out and mine them because I feel like at this point, I can never have too much gold. However, if we go to a large planetoid that has a large gold deposit on it, we maybe won't need to worry about it as much. But let's go ahead and throw that in just for funsies. Oh, awesome. We got enough for another oxygen barrier. I wanted to place one of these out here because I also, since last time, I did this off camera just because I kind of wanted to experiment, and it took a little while to actually shape the little island planetoids that we connected to our base. So the floor would look nice, but we've got 4 platforms that are just empty now. All the resources have been harvested from these areas, minus the dirt, but I'm not really going to mine out all the dirt. I kind of want to have the material underneath the platforms because I think it looks cool. But I plan on using at least a portion, if not most of this area, for astronauts. So I want to place another oxygen barrier because astronauts need oxygen to breathe. Now, where to put this exactly? So I think I'm going to end up with labs over here somewhere. So I probably should have it somewhere like this side. Maybe like there. I can rotate that. That takes one power. Fantastic. That's actually not expensive at all. Single solar panel. Here we go. Yeah, okay, fine. It's gonna make us move it out 1 tile. That's okay. Not a big deal. There we go. Now we've got this whole platform, the majority of this platform. So this lower level or corner is not fully covered, and this one really isn't covered at all. So I should probably put another one like right here to get the rest of this space, but we'll do that later. I mean, we could do it now, probably. Why not do it now? Let's do it now. Whoops. Push the X key. If you randomly stop having the ability to use your jetpack, it's because you pushed the X key. Just a little tip. Perfect. Yeah, this system's fantastic. I'm very happy that I got the 16 auto harvesters set up because it really makes a difference. Like, we get gold when we need, like, fast enough that we can just build when we want, which is great. So, okay, basically all of these are covered. What I could do is actually move this to this, like, back 1 or 2 tiles so it gets that little spot right here. But I think that's fine. I think this is ultimately going to be like our power section, or the portion that connects to where we connect to the larger planetoids. So like when you fly up to these large guys, just like with the smaller ones that we've got here, you can actually dock to them and then fly them around with your space station. So I plan on extending this out in this direction. So speaking of that, the block that you need for this is a docking station, this guy right here. You can also use an advanced one. It takes research to do that, but let's just go ahead and grab a regular docking station. I think we will put this inside the oxygen area because the astronauts can actually walk through that. So this will allow them access to the planetoid when we connect it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you just have to build another one and hit dock. If we want to bring astronauts, all we have to do is spend the gold I'm not going to do that yet. We're not quite ready. I want to get to one of these planetoids so we can get aluminum first. But no worries. Um, let's take a look at how to do that. So I just want to show you the technology that you have to have unlocked in order to do this, because we unlocked it a while ago, and I said I'd get back to it, so here, I'm getting back to it. You basically need electric thrusters in order to fly to move inside, to move your space station. That's what these are used for. And there's upgraded versions of those farther down the tree. See, like there's advanced engines further on, and then there's navigation, which allows you to control them all from one spot. And yeah, you heard me right, control them all from one spot. Yeah, you have to individually control these, but there is kind of a workaround. It's not perfect, but you can get by without the control station if you use this workaround, and it's not too cumbersome. But yeah, you want to try to get to navigation as soon as possible, but you have to have astronauts for that, and you have to make space science, which requires 4 aluminum apiece. We don't even have aluminum yet, so we need to find some aluminum in order to get this technology, which this technology is fantastic. So that's why we're going to look at moving the station. Prior to getting astronauts, we need to get colonist training and all that. I'm going to do astronaut setup and technology in a future episode, so stay tuned for that. I'm also going to cover the space and biology science in a future episode because it's related to astronauts. Okay, moving on. We've got the technologies we need. I am going to get scanning. This basically gives you an additional tool to scan for deposits inside of planetoids. It's pretty cool, pretty useful. We could also get robotics real quick. Robots assembler. We'll maybe wait on that. We'll talk about this in a future episode. We're going to dedicate it because we're going to have to localize where these are built, and it's likely going to be somewhere inside of this platform section of the ship, because robots are also used to do your farming. So wherever we dedicate farming space to, which maybe will be this one over there, because it has kind of the largest range to expand, right? Like we could go out quite a ways in this direction, quite a ways in this direction, to set up farms and food production. So we might as well build the robots close by so they don't have to traverse super far. And then they can just pump the food back there. We'll probably switch these to docks. In fact, I might even have the materials to do that now. Let's take a look. So first things first, we're just going to break all these connectors. Then we're going to go to docking stations. They do take copper plates, but not too big of a deal. So I think I want to leave the face of that box open, so we'll put the docking station like right there. Then I just need to put one on this. Yeah, I just need to fly a little bit closer. That's why it's working a little weird. Now this one I do kind of want to center, so that's 4 on either side. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Copper Asteroid. That was great. Okay, let's dock. Boom. Now, when we do introduce astronauts, they can get into the primary portion of the station if they need to, because there's a little bit of pathing. Eventually, these are going to get converted to solar panels. I just need a ton more gold, because that's 40 power that's being made right there. And yeah, that's 40 solar panels. That's quite a bit. I am going to move these all inside and just get the materials back, because might as well. Let's go ahead and connect up the rest. So this can extend. We'll do the same with this. So this way I can also kind of show you how I design this. I'm also probably going to put some pillars right there. We might ultimately need power, so I'm just kind of planning that now. Like, I can use this space for power, for sure. Let's get some pillars. We're going to get a column. No, I don't really like those, actually. What pillars did I use? These ones. I was using these ones. Haha. Already thought ahead on that. No, I just built some of this off camera because it takes me a little bit of time to figure out which kind of pillar I want to use. And then same thing on the stairs, but there we go. So, a little bit longer. This one's fine. We'll do something about power if we need it later. But 2 more docking stations. So, I think this one we'll put like that. This one we'll put like that. Perfect. And first, we're going to have to extend this. Same with this portion. We're just, I know it's pretty square, and like, it's just the way it is. I'm trying to make it look less square by adding depth or like layers. You know what I mean? And putting some slopes in where I deem appropriate. I don't know. It could probably be done better than how I'm doing it, but you know, this is how I thought it up, so let me know down in the comments if you have any tips or ideas or want to share something on a cool station design that you have found, because I'd be interested in seeing it. They're like, this game's pretty cool. It's fun to play, and you know, you can build pretty elaborate designs easily, and it's not that expensive. Like, we almost have infinite resources at this point, right? At least all the building material resources, that is. So yeah, I can kind of design whatever I want, because I can afford the iron plates, I can afford the copper plates, blah blah blah. However, there may be better ways to do things, or more creative ways to design things to make it look a little bit better. I kind of like this approach, however, because I'm able to get a fair amount of room for a reasonable resource cost. Like, this is, you know, not cheap necessarily. Like, fair amount of iron plate, fair amount of copper plate has been spent on the station so far. But we're basically generating passively all the time the resources we need to do this, so it's pretty awesome. But there we go. Now we got docks, so when we get astronauts, this will be their little area. I'm probably going to bring it up and utilize the vertical space of these domes, because like, we can go all the way up to here with levels if we want, for like a larger area to place a bunch of stuff, and we could then maybe connect a few of the platforms together into a bigger platform on top. I don't know. We'll take a look at that. First things first, let's build some engines, or some electric thrusters. For that, we need hydrogen. I'm just going to grab 400. I'm not actually going to use all 400. I'm just going to carry it with me and eventually throw it in a box. But yeah. Anyway. For the time being, we're going to play some... Maybe we should play, like... where do I want to put these? Underneath. We're going to put them right here. We're going to put them right here. Now, the thing to note about these, you only need to place them in 2 directions in order to travel in every direction. So what I mean by that is, if I place one this way and one this way, I can travel in every single direction. That is because you can direct these up, down, left, right, and that gives you this way, this way, this way, this way, plus the forward direction if you don't have it set on any of those. And then this one provides the opposite direction of your forward direction, because there's not a way to go reverse with those particular engines. So we're going to lay out maybe like 4 or 5 of them in a row right there. I'll show you in a minute. I'm just going to grab this gold, because they do take power in order to run, but they don't actually consume fuel. They just cost the 3 hydrogen to place, and then they run as long as they're powered. So not too expensive. Until you get the navigation thing, I really don't like using a whole lot of these, just because it's difficult to control them. in the sense of slowing down. It's not easy to slow down. But yeah, so do something like that. Each of them take 3 power as well. So I suggest pulling some carbon ore like that and building some carbon reactors to power this. Now this is a lot of engines, so we'll move really quickly with this much. Like, it may not look like that big of a footprint, but my oh my, whole lot of power right here. So first things first, let me show you the trick. If they're in a row like this, you can select one, choose the configuration. So say we want it turned off initially, that way it doesn't, start flying us immediately. And then we can come over and pick our direction in a minute. And you can hit this apply to connected thrusters with matching rotation. And all of them in this line, so all 5 of these, are now set to the same thing. Now I just have to do it for the other side, put it at 0, hit apply, and all of these are set like that. So there you go. That's how you do that. I believe this network's going to take 30. Okay, we need one more. And you can stack stuff right behind them. It doesn't actually impact the ability of those to work. So there you go. Let's go ahead. We'll just pull off that. And then 57. Okay, good enough. Oh, dang it. Did it move all of it? It kind of did. Oh well. Perfect. That'll run us plenty long enough on power for those. I'm just going to put the hydrogen in there because, yeah, might as well. Oh, little tip. I didn't realize it before, but if you have items inside this box, you can use them to build. It's the base warehouse that allows you to do that. So any materials inside of a base warehouse are actually open to you to build as, wherever you are. So, like, for example, if I was going to put down solar panels, I don't actually have gold wire on me, but I could still place this. Okay? Just a little tip. Now, next tip for traveling in this game. It's pretty easy to figure out where you want to go. You hit the M key on, PC or whatever the map keybind is. M is the default on computer. Then you can click on the icons that are close by, or you can select them from a list. And this list is sorted by how close to you they are. So this one has carbon, iron, copper, titanium, uranium. Fair amount of titanium and uranium and copper. Jeez. This is a decent one, honestly. Quite a bit of resources. This one has fewer resources, but both in variety and quantity. So, okay. This one has almost no copper, but it does have gold and a fair amount of iron. 4,000 iron is quite a lot. 1,300 gold is also quite a lot. 8,500 uranium, that's decent. More copper. Don't really want copper at the moment. This has carbon, a lot of gold, and uranium. We might do this one. I'm going to marker that one because that gold right there, that is tempting. This one has fewer resources, but it's gold and copper, so a little bit easier. I mean, we don't really have a way to use uranium yet. So maybe let's go to this one first. So I'm going to unpin that one. Well, we'll leave it pinned, but we're going to this one. Nerevum. It's a volcanic terrain. Its shape is boomerang. It's a boomerang-shaped world. That's cool. It's hilly. It's medium-sized. And we are right here. So, it's now marked on the map. We need to go this direction. We need to go forward. We need to go a little bit up and a little bit to the left. So we're going to be using these thrusters. We're going to put it like that. Set the power to 100. Hit apply. And boom, we're going to start traveling. Now this may lag out your game if your computer's not that great. I mean, Let me know down in the comments if the stream seems to be better for you in recent episodes. Because I have changed my OBS settings, and it looks to be a lot better on my end. I don't know if that means it actually is better, but yeah, let me know. So yeah, easy enough. We still got a ways to go. It's 4 light years, so yeah, I mean, realistically, we could rotate these, or delete them. Put another 4. And that will speed us up quite a bit. Yeah, 3.64. Just fill out the whole thing. It doesn't really matter if they're running at peak efficiency anyway, but yeah. So really, I don't have room for 2 of these. So we'll just delete them. It's fine. It's fine. We need to go straight forward. Because we're basically at the height we're going to want to be at. We maybe are going to need to go left a little bit, but that's fine. But as you can see, the whole asteroid catching system still totally works while you're flying in space. The reason why it may lag out your game is because asteroids spawn in behind you, so there will be like a ton of objects rendered inside your game. But yeah, not a big deal. It still runs pretty good, I think. I mean, and my computer's not that great. It's still running DDR3, bro. And it's like FX series AMD processors, or AMD processor. I've got an RX 580, so my graphics card is okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. We're just going to trim the power a little bit so we can get closer at a more reasonable speed. Let's move us to the left. I just want to kind of align it so it's easier to put this dock on it. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I can kind of see it right there. Bring us up. Bring us forward. And we're just going to fly in. I'm going to hit 0 when I think we're close enough. You don't have to be right on top of it. Thing of note, this will clip into your ship if it comes in too close. So just make sure you platform out from the side of it a little bit so you don't clip it into your ship. So we're going to go call it good there. Yeah, that's close enough. So there is a small one right there with iron on it. That's kind of good. We can get that with the cosmic harpoon. We probably will, because might as well. It helps to kind of like conglomerate platforms onto the ship. So there's large rocks which have quartz. There's gold right here. There's copper. More rocks. So lots of quartz. If I hit the C button, that uses the scanner. So you can kind of see where the resources are at. It's right there underneath this big mountain. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit smaller one. That's right. So there's gold there. Then there's copper. So let's go ahead. This is a gold one primarily. So let's maybe find orange on the left, huh? Alright, fine. This might work. So It needs to come off this base. So first thing I'm going to do is just kind of level this out. And then I'm going to platform out. And we'll maybe go 10 across. And then I do kind of want to bring it out. We'll just do a 10 by 10 right off the front like that. Actually, it needs to go a bit farther. I need this to be in front of this. That way the dock won't clip this asteroid into the ship. So there's that. And there we go. We're going to dock this bad boy. Look at this. We're going to add this giant-ass planetoid, this giant chunk to our ship. It's great. We're getting pretty beefy, fellas. We're getting pretty beefy as far as ship size goes. I'm just going to extend the floor a little bit. Just so there isn't a giant, gap. There we go. Let's mine this little rock real quick. Get some quartz, useful for, making hydrotonic. I think you can make other, glasses made from quartz, so you do need to have some. Yeah, anyway, pretty easy. But yeah, so that's how you fly to a planetoid that's farther away, and how you dock to a larger planetoid, or how to create a dock between planetary or celestial objects that an astronaut can walk through. Now, if you want astronauts to be able to actually utilize this space, make sure you have an oxygen barrier. Otherwise, they will not, be able to survive the terrain. You know what I'm saying? So just bear that in mind. Robots, however, can totally go out here. No problem. You don't need oxygen out here. Now, for you, if you don't stay inside the oxygen barrier, your oxygen goes down. So I am paying attention to that as I'm mining this quartz. I just thought I'd clear out some of it before we head back over to the ship. That way I can make a little bit of hydrotonic. Because I do want to try to get astronauts on board so we can continue progressing through the technology tree. Basically, we need to get all of the astronaut-based sciences, which are not, we totally can. We have the resources for it. We just need the astronaut set up. Which is pretty easy to do, but we're going to do that next time. Once I mine these last 3 rocks, we'll head back, put this in the machine. We're going to mine 4 rocks, JK. We're going to clear out all these rocks right here, because this is where a bunch of gold is anyway. So we're going to end up mining down through this mountain, more or less, in order to expose the ore, or we can get robots to do it, whatever. Either way is viable. Not a big deal. We'll figure it out and plan that out in a future episode as well, because it'll take me a little bit to kind of figure out how I want to do that. But, okay. We got our quartz. Let's go over to the hydro generator, and we are going to drop in... We'll put in 50... whatever. We'll just put those in. We'll make some more hydrotonic. Easy peasy. We'll store the rest of these raw materials. Perfect. Awesome. So we made it over to Nerevim, and we have now docked Nerevim to our ship. So I am going to untag it from the map, because I know where it is. It's literally connected to us, so easy enough to tell. We can maybe look at putting a colony block out here. I don't know what that actually does for you. but I know that's something you can do. There is one on the primary station in the center, right there, underneath the oxygen barrier, I believe. There's like a colony founder or something like that um, in this area for the primary station. So I also expanded our water storage because having these 3 machines running, yeah, keeps us full. I probably could even go to 4. I know that sounds crazy that we would need that much, but I think I actually need to expand this again. So we'll just do that. It's not a big deal. Might as well store it up because you use water for farming as well. Not that we're necessarily going to use this giant water stash for it, but we probably will utilize something like that because, we need water for crops. Anyway, let's grab the stuff out of the recycler. Put those in. I guess it's all just, like, resource stuff. Put those away. Just store them in there. It's fine. I'm going to save the gold for now because we're probably going to build more oxygen barriers at some point. Maybe so we can do a little bit of stuff over there. A little bit easier. Make exploration a bit easier. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here for today. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. And be sure to hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload new content. Also, be sure to share with me any creative tips, building tips, anything you want down there in the comment section. I do read the comments and try to, take action or respond to them as best I can. So, hit me up if you have a question or something too. Anyway, guys, until next time, this has been Lone Debater 7 playing Astro Colony, and we will see ya!